All right, we are live. We should be live. Yeah, we live in the mix. I got my boy Coach Platinum in the building. We talking about AirBNB. We talking Turo. We talking really getting a lot of money. How you feeling to be here? Yeah, you gotta always do that. We live in the mix. But how you feeling to be here?
Yo, I'm doing good, man.
Not, as soon as DJ gets, that's the thing that's this thing that happened on live. On live, that type of shit happens, so you can't even say nothing about that. So don't even feel no way about that.
I thought I was thinking in my head just now. I was like,
no, see, cause I knew it was coming, and I was like, see, if you play it back, you can see I got up so fast, but now I knew it was coming because I knew that I ain't turn it off. Yeah. I knew it was coming.
So it's a slight delay. It's all good. We in the mix. But I'm glad to have you here. DJ, you got anything to say before we go to the credits?
Suck it to my pocket. Listen.
I came up from nothing. Started from the I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house to Penthouse, yeah.
All right, we are live, and I'm here with Coach Platinum, man. I'm excited that you came out. Fresh off the plane.
Boom.
Fresh off the plane, man. We're going to be talking about everything today. I really think y'all going to enjoy this one because this is a man who actually has done it. There's a lot of people, they ain't really done it, but Platinum really done it.
They be acting like they did it.
They be acting. Oh, yeah.
They be acting. They definitely be acting like they did it. But, you got to act a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. So first and foremost.
Yeah, you know.
So first and foremost, tell us where you just was coming back from.
Whew. Man, I don't know if it was Vegas. I've been everywhere, bro.
Right.
Just coming back from Tulum.
Where was the last flight from?
The one I just got on?
Right.
That was from Mexico.
Okay, so from Mexico at Vegas, yeah, you were saying Vegas. I know Vegas had to be lit.
I went from Vegas to LA to Mexico, then to Cabo, then to Tulum.
It's the lights. It's the lights in Vegas for me.
It's the lights for me.
Vegas lifestyle different.
Vegas is different.
Give it up.
That heat different. It's hot in H-Town. It's hot. I ain't gonna lie, it's hot. It's differently hot out here.
That shit in the desert though. That's
But yeah, it's like you in a blow dryer. Yeah. In Vegas though, it's like.
I mean, the liquor don't help anyway.
Yeah, none of that.
I seen people pass out. I was like, damn, it's just
one shot.
That's a fact. Yeah, oh man.
So look, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay. We got Coach Platinum here today, and I know you done already ran it up. I feel like the first thing we should start with is just kind of tell them who you are, tell them your story, and then from there we just gonna vibe a little bit. So tell us really quickly, what's your story? How did we get to this point from right now?
Whew. Long story.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got time.
I got time.
You got time. We ain't no rush.
I'm originally from New York, born and raised. Queens get the money, Growing up, just regular dude, just got into, different mixes. It's kind of like a trouble child.
Trouble child?
Saying? Yeah, I just.
He's out there fighting?
Just getting a little bit of everything, And then it came to a point, I'll never forget, and really get into the story. So I remember the recession back in 08.
Yeah, the housing crash.
And I remember seeing my moms and my pops, really put in a position, everything before that was sweet until that point. Yeah. So around 2010, 2011, I really started to understand the reality, because I started seeing things that I had disappear,
Yeah, and you ain't had nothing to do with it. You hold on.
Right. And, I started seeing things they had disappear. I was like, yo,
hold on, what you say?
Always getting repos and shit. You
damn, hold on.
Yeah, yo, what's going on, And I didn't understand it really at that time as I was transitioning into high school, But then I always was around people that their parents still had it. My parents are Caribbean, so they started from the ground up, brick and mortar, really getting to how they get it. So they weren't privileged, they didn't have, something handed down to them. They came here and started from scratch.
For sure.
Maybe it's really a Caribbean thing, but I feel like immigrants from anywhere around the world.
That's facts, bro. That's facts. Immigrants come here and smash because they feel like we just kind of entitled, we just soft, they just.
Well, they see it in your eyes. You from here, you just lax.
It's like Nigerians a long time ago, though, right? I remember when we was young, people used to make fun of them, but really they running shit right now. When anybody who popping bottles right now, you already know what time it is.
Man.
So don't sleep.
Please.
Yeah.
You know, and then at that point, I really started having a different outlook of life. You know, like we didn't grow up rich, but you know, like they worked hard. So you know, when you work hard, you reward yourself. You know, I was able to travel and stuff like that, and then all that stopped. I was like, yo, what? Yeah. So it really started in high school. You know, at that point, I realized how important academics was. You know, and I took a scholarship out to PA. Ended up going to you know, like a PWI, but like for high school. And that was like my first real life experience, like understanding like what this world actually is.
For sure.
You know, and not even on the aspect, like I had a really great time, you know, understanding, but just seeing how people were raised different, a different lifestyle. And I mean, that kind of triggered it because, like, you know, being from Jamaica, Queens is cool, but like I was like, I'm seeing $5.5 million homes. I'm seeing high schoolers pull up in Range Rover and like, you know, Lambos. And I was just like, like, how old are you? Oh, they like 16, 17.
Right,
like,
what you doing?
I'm like, damn, what you doing? You know? And I feel like that kind of, it gave me a culture shock. You know, culture shocks aren't always, you know, bad, you know, but it was really a good culture shock.
I think, I was about to say, I think in that situation, that was the exact culture shock that you needed. Just like, hey, look, there's some young people out here just like you, look just like you, talk just like you. You know what I'm saying? Look just like us out here.
Same background,
getting it. 08, 09, 10, early, 11. I mean, people was really getting it early.
And that's a fact. And you know what's crazy why you mentioned that is like understanding how generations work. So, you know, we're in this generation, but there's a generation above. And just seeing how they transition in their 20s, going to their 30s is really crazy to see, especially now, like at the midway point, I'm like, all right, bet 5 to 30, and then, you know, 15 to, you know, and I'm like, okay, how you run the numbers. I feel like everything in life now starts to be about the numbers. Yeah. You know, so I ended up going back to New York just because I was like, I think I knew everything I needed to do. Ended up finishing high school out there. And that's when I first got into entertainment. So, you know, you guys always hear, like, people like, yo, you know, he was in entertainment before he left New York. So, you know, from that time to about 20, really up to COVID, you know, I was smashing life, like smashing in college. And it was really like, you know, I went to St. John's, you know, which was a diverse school, but, you know, really expensive. You know, so I had to kind of like pay my way partly for like what I wasn't given a scholarship, you know, just like any other. And for me, you know, my last job was like working at Burger King. They had me at 6. I remember the day I quit. It was like 6 a.m. And I like it was like during finals, like in the winter in New York.
In New York,
I'm unloading the truck.
Oh, no.
Because I'm a big dude. They're like, you got to do all the heavy lifting.
Right.
And, you know, and I'm like, huh?
Damn.
And I'm like, it's in the winter. And I'm unloading the freezer truck.
And it's brick in New York.
Yeah, New York is real cold. That ain't that H-Town cold. You like, it's 60 degrees. I gotta
you need
wear
a jacket from New York for New York.
Yeah. And at that time, I think minimum wage, whatever I was making, it was like 14 or something, $16.
And that ain't really shit in New York, though, right?
What? Right. That's how I say it in Texas. I'm thinking about.
I wanted to stop right
there. Making $15 an hour.
Like 16 shit.
Shit, how about that? I'll pick up a box.
Right. I was in California one time. I was like, they was like, yeah, in minimum wage, they need to raise it to $20. I say, raise it to 20. We was making $7. What you talking about?
You talking about how much? But you know, the cost of living out there is astronomical.
Way high.
Right. You know, but like, imagine picking a box out of the truck to load into a Burger King that you don't own. That probably make $1 million plus.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And they paying you like not even
pennies off the dollar.
That's like
scraps.
It's like 0.0001
of a penny.
And then I had to go to college after unloading, sweaty everything.
In the same code. That
same code. Go to class.
Yeah. Oh my God! Do you know I really do not like sweating in the cold. Like if I go to the gym and then I gotta walk in, that walk to the car.
It's OD.
Sweating. I just want to. What can we do?
Horrendous.
Whatever we can do to eliminate that. Somebody needs to create a product or something.
Right. So at that point, I realized that I was like, yo, you know what? Slavery is real.
It's real. Like it's modern too. Right.
It's so real.
Yeah. We ain't talking about being chained up in a field. We talking about.
Right. You know, and I was like, there's no way this is all I could do. Like, there was no way. You know, so I decided to say, all right, either, you know, I drop out of school, which I didn't want to do, or I found a way to get this bread.
Yeah.
You know, so what I did was the best thing I feel like anyone knows how to do is just tap your network. You know, I started talking to people like, yo, look, I used to do this in high school when I was playing, in high school I wrestled, played football, everything. And I was like, yo, like I had a good influence. And I was like, I was doing events. And I was like, let me take it to the next level.
Okay.
So I started pushing parties, helped create a few brands. And I literally put all the money I saved up. I would never forget. That was from Burger King. So here's how the story goes, right? All the money I had saved up from my different jobs over the summer, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to invest it into my first LLC, right? I'm going to get my first company up and running off the ground. And that was, once I LLC'd it was like Elite Entertainment. And I was like, okay, Elite Entertainment is going to be a subsidiary for all the different things I want to create. And then I'm going to open up from clothing. I'm going to open up from hookah.
Gang.
I'm going to open up, nightlife,
Gang.
have an all-girls promo team.
Gang.
Literally was able to kind of structure it.
Gang.
And part of it, like I would say maybe about 45% of it failed.
Right.
But
Like-
like 55%,
That did work.
But you took
work
a lot
like
of
a
shots,
motherfucker.
though, man. That's the whole thing. I think a lot of people have missed that, though, because we've had people come on here before and be like, well, how long is it going to take? And,
Right.
am I going to be able to guarantee success? It's like, it's
Guarantee
them type of questions. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
can't guarantee success.
Like, I'm saying, it's just, you'd be surprised. Like, when you're an entrepreneur, people like you can give them a timeline. Well, 2 months, you're going to be guaranteed to be successful. That's just what it is. So it's just important to really focus on that because you're really dropping some gems on them right now about, like, how you use the umbrella company to have these subsidiary companies because I'm going to tell y'all, and I don't want to interrupt you. I got on the phone with these wealth asset people when I start making a little bit more money. I swear, I told him what I wanted to do. This man's whole voice would change. He was, like, talking to me regularly. He was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, man, I'm getting a little money. I want to invest my stuff. He said,
Oh, so you?
He said, so let me tell you what we can do then. Like he started whispering to me on the phone. I was like, damn, he telling me the secret?
Right.
He said, we can incorporate your company in Wyoming and then it's anonymous so nobody knows you own the. I'm like, God damn,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, what's this?
So
Yeah.
he's like, shit, yeah, you really trying to get it. That's what it is. So yeah, like you said, it's about understanding like how to do the play at a bigger level.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the point where I was like, wow.
Right.
If I make it, I'm going to really make it.
Yeah.
And I had hiccups, man. Like, I dealt with so many different types of people, and that was
That's
the thing
the
I
beauty of
realized
it, though.
is when you try to scale so quick without having the knowledge. Mind you, I'm still in school, so I was still educating myself on certain things, but I wasn't risk it all. I had no choice. It was either
Do or die.
do or die. And
But I mean, when you put yourself on the line like that, you fail faster.
Look at the end result though.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get, through the failures faster.
You're right, I'm gonna say it.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's for me. Every time I bring entrepreneurs on the show, I want people to understand the reason I bring so many people I know, my friends personally, that's actually making money like this, that's actually doing business. Because they heard us talk a lot on Mama's House to Penthouse before, and they be like, "Oh, you and DJ," but I'm like, "Nah, this is other people. Like this is not just me. This is people who making millions of dollars doing this shit, and they telling you." I went through the same thing. I've had the same mindset issues. I've had all that.
Matter of fact, y'all need to make sure that you send this out. I haven't did my proper dissertation to making sure y'all send this shit out. We got 5 watching now. We need to make sure that if you got friends that have been talking to you about Turo, if you got friends that have been talking to you about Airbnb,
Tell them
everybody.
you can call in and ask about this shit live.
Right now, you got a question. Somebody, I got 65 DMs. If there was a field that you could search Airbnb and just look at the DMs that read Airbnb, there's questions.
That upgrade.
I can go through and read them, but I would rather
This is a
people
man
take the
who's
time.
made millions of dollars.
He's right here. He right here on the show.
Not $50.
Not 50.
Not that one partner. He got his back room listed on
How many
Airbnb.
units you got?
Oh, man.
Over 50, right?
Just about over 50.
Over
yeah.
50 units, not one unit.
And we international, too.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
I know you housing like 2,000 guests.
Probably, almost about 2,200.
That's low.
So let me ask you a couple questions.
Let me stay somewhere.
So you just told me the whole story how we got here because if y'all know Platinum, I'm gonna tell y'all a little inside game. Platinum really fucks it up in the city, and what I mean by that, he'll come to the club popping bottles, ace of spades, all that type of shit. He really
gold
do it.
ones.
And it's
gold
important.
ones.
It's important.
gold
I'm saying it's important for them to know that it's not a game because a lot of people will watch this and be like, okay, yeah, it's like this and this. But I wish we had some footage we could pull up real quick and put it on the screen and show them like, nah, this is what you really do.
It's some
But
on my
I know
Instagram.
to get to this point, there had to be things you saw in your life. So I know that when you were young, you took a trip to China.
Yes.
You took a trip to China. You talked about, you saw how shit worked there. And the reason why I fuck with that, I'm gonna tell you why. I went to New York. I went to your stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And I walked into Chinatown. And what fucked me up about Chinatown, there were no American brands there. There was no like McDonald's. There was nothing. It was just all Chinatown shit. And I was like, man, that shit ran so well without having to have any other outside influences. So tell me how that trip to China shaped you as far as how you got into business and how you started moving forward after that.
Sheesh. Man, China really, first we got to talk about how I got to
Yeah, because a lot of niggas ain't been to China.
Right.
How you get to China?
How you even get to China?
How old was you? Like, what the fuck was you doing in China?
Transition before PS2 to PS3.
Okay.
Like I said,
When they had the small,
PSPs.
yeah, the PSPs. Yeah.
PSP,
So I
that
had
shit
one of
dead,
those, and I always wanted a PS3.
Okay.
And it's so crazy because my mom always tells me like the story on how I worked so hard, and I didn't realize how much I did. I went into hustle mode. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing motherfuckers essays.
Whatever.
I was tutoring.
Right.
I was literally mowing lawns when there was snow,
Come on
literally
with
for
it.
several months. Just because I was like, not only I think at the time I don't even remember how much a PS3 was. It was probably like $1,000.
Man, that shit was like $700. No, that shit was expensive as fuck. back in
You
the
went
day.
balls to the wall. Looked up at my 5 bands.
Right, yeah. Because then I was like, well, shit, I started learning about like buying and reselling.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could buy 5 PSPs.
Oh God.
And then I could buy 5 PS3s and then resell it.
That's the only, man, I'm telling you, when you have that realization that you can just buy something and sell it, that opens your brain, man. I'm telling you right now, as soon as you do it, I don't care how you did it, what platform you did it on.
Right.
The moment it happens, the moment you bought it and you sell it. Right. For more than, I don't care.
There's a profit.
Whoa.
That's it.
And I'm gonna tell you one of the realizations along that line I had or whatever, right? That labor and service is pretty much the same thing.
The convenience in between, the fact that you got the product right here is enough for the buyer to buy for whatever you say above, as long as y'all agree on it.
Yeah.
No matter
And
what
see, I was telling people that's what the richest people in history understood. Like they understand buying and selling, but I always been telling people you could go get somebody, like for example, there's cleaning ladies that come around here. The cleaning lady makes money, right? But there's a company on some of these cleaning companies that they know, well, okay, look, I get the cleaning lady, and she's going to clean this house for $50, $75. I'm going to charge you $150 because I'm going to organize it for you. I'm going to organize labor, and then I'm going to make a profit. I just did the same thing. I got the service at a low end, and I sold it back at a high end. So it's just little stuff like that.
Man, that's really
It's
huge.
so important, though. It's really like going into the future, going into like 2022, after the pandemic. It was a really good thing to do during the pandemic. A lot of people, some people had money. Some people wanted to spend it. Some people had nothing they had nothing else to do but spend money.
Right.
And it was money online. So if you could ship it to them, you can get it there. That was enough joy for the day. I got a package. Right. Going to go get a package was all, you know what I mean? Like that was it.
Right.
So if you could just get your hands on something and sell it for $20 extra, a controller. I say when I grow up, I want all my kids to have a marketplace account. I don't care when I grow up. When we all get older, right?
How much more growing?
How much more growing you want to do? What is this? What is all this?
When you get 70, what you talking
Man,
about?
look, when I grow up, I want everybody around me to really take the marketplace account seriously. That's all I'm saying. Like your zip code where you stay at, you can sell. You can sell your lawnmowers. When you're done with it, sell it. Your jeans. Ain't no giving. You gonna sell your jeans.
Facebook Marketplace serious.
What you mean? You can sell it. Sell it.
The source right there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. The marketplace. Sell it. Sell it all. Whatever. Whenever you're done, sell it.
So you start flipping stuff, and then I guess this is when you start getting ready to get to China, right?
Yes. So the whole thing was my parents wouldn't buy me a PS3. And where I lived at, everyone was getting bought a PS3, but Danny. I was like, yo, what the hell's going on?
Well, mine.
And it was like, all right, if you want to buy it, go buy it. With what?
Exactly.
My hands?
Right,
And it was like, look, however you figure out. And I remember because it was like when they announced when it was going to be released. So I was like, yo, I gotta get it, man. I have a PS2, it's cool, but like, I need those games.
Yep.
You know, and that was really in that young phase. So I said, all right, bet. I started hitting everything, you know.
Right.
Like, you would have thought like I was a trapper at that point.
Right.
Like, don't just, hey, yo, what you need? Knocking on neighbor's door. Hey, you need anything? You need
Right,
groceries?
like, what do you need?
It was like, yo, what's going on? And I was underselling myself just to beat out. And, you know, I put together different, like, ideas on, like, babysitting. Like, oh, listen, you need someone to pick up your kid from the school down the street. Like, what do you need? Whatever you need. And I got into tutoring. You know, I love math. That was always my strong suit. So, you know, I started tutoring kids. You know, like, yo, listen, hey, look, you need tutoring? Listen, man, $25 an hour.
Right.
I was
killing.
running it.
Running the calendar
Cutting
up.
that cash. I was like, yo, 125 in a day at no point in time. But the thing was, and it was so funny, was how that triggered, because then I was like, yo, mind you, to go to China, I was like, I needed to buy a flight. The flight was like almost like $1,500. I needed a place to stay. Like, when I talk about, my parents really was like, well, listen, if you really want to go into the business shit, you know, hey, why don't you go to China and get it for wholesale? And that was my idea. Go to China, get it for wholesale. And I was like, yeah, but how am I afford all this shit? The flight, the stay, you need food. You know, every day it was like, well, you got the flight money yet? Cool, I finally got the flight money, booked the flight. All right, yo, you got the stay money? I was like, yeah, when you gonna go? Spring break? Oh, man, expensive. Now I had to rebook another flight. I was like, yo, so many obstacles. Adversity is one crazy thing, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you know what? I wanted to give up so many times, but I was like, nah, I need this. You know what I'm saying? Because all my friends was like, PS3. And it's so funny because my mom laughs about it to the day, because, you know, nothing wrong to them, but it was like the ones that focus on the video games when they were younger, they didn't make it to where they needed to.
For sure.
Because they were distracted. And my thing was, I was always on the move, learning. And it's so funny where I run into them now and I'm like, damn,
They
bro.
still playing 2K.
Your parents bought you everything. I had to get everything. This is why I could live how I live now.
See?
That's a big lesson.
See?
And that's where I was like, yo, that right there was like
Right.
the biggest game changer. So now I'm in China, right? And I finally made it. You know, my parents decided to come. They ended up booking their tickets. You know, they booked this shit, right?
Yeah.
You know, and the first thing I get there is, one, I don't speak Mandarin. I got clapped. Two, I'm black in China. This was right around, you know, going before, you know, Beijing Olympics sort of time, 2006, 2007. So they getting ready for that. And a black man, you know, in China, like, you know, I went to Forbidden City, you know, the Great Wall, and I had people literally come up to me, touch my hair, touch my mom's hair. Now I've been.
That's what I was thinking.
Right. No.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, they were cutting it off.
So they was like, because you know we experienced something like we all went to Colombia together,
right?
For everybody watching, so that was kind of like the same thing. It was like the same feeling, like that's like the, because that's why I was like, how did you get to China? Like,
right? You know what I'm saying? So they're like, yo, what? You know, and like,
they thought you like a toy or something.
Yeah, you know, like, yo,
They never seen it before.
You know, I played basketball with the guards in the Forbidden City court, like, and I was like, yo, this is like, I like have the photos to this day, and I'm like, yo, the fact that I did this, and I was like, yo, nah, this world is really crazy. So that also made me realize, I was like, yo, I'm going to have to be able to negotiate. So I started finding different markets, and I went to all these wholesale factories, because that's what most of China is made up of, are these factories. And, you know, once I realized what was going to happen, you know, I extended my stay, and then I started making contacts with all the different wholesalers. Yeah. And then from there, I was able to finally find the product I wanted. Now, of course, I realized it wasn't the same quality as in the U.S., but not because of what's the system, but because of the certain tweaks, the packaging. You know, so when you buy a PS3, it was, you know, it was not in English. You know what I'm saying? So those simple things, but it went a long way because I was still able to purchase. You know what I'm saying? And when I got back, I had it before everyone else. And that was the crazy part, was that they were so advanced ahead because these things are made in, you know, China, Japan. And I had it. The games, I had it. It wasn't in English, but I had it. You know what I'm saying? Until now, like, I'm pretty sure we go to China right now, we can find the same things and convert it. But now you have, like, with Netflix, you can convert language. You can convert language on systems. So everything was the same. It was just modified different. And I think that's what Sony developed along the years as well. But being able to see that and come back, and you know what I also did? I bought, like, you know, like, similar to like jewelry, you know, stuff you can sell at like markets and different things that was there. And I started beating the Chinatown prices. Right. Because what I could put in my suitcase of 2 bags, I could sell at a better rate. So, you know, I ran into friends who had little clothing brands they wanted to start. They were buying the caps for like $5.
You shipping it, yeah.
Right. You know, and I was like, well, I got the cap for 75 cents.
Right.
I was like, all right, give me $3. Then they came back and they were like, yo, can I get more? And I'm like, can you get more? And that's what I kept getting. Can you get more? You know, we had the crystals just like that. Just like that crystal, that you can have the 3D design inside of it, what they do with the laser. Those were coming down $5, $10, you know, per quantity. Those sell for $50 to $70, $80.
Right.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if the ones where you see in the malls where they put your face in. Yeah. And I started to realize the business of, you know, imports and exports.
Buy low, sell high.
You know, and that trip made me realize, yo, there's so much more to the world. Because growing up in, you know, Jamaica, like, really in the hood, like, and not hood as in the bad way.
It's just
hood
this is all we see.
This is what you're exposed to. You know
Yeah, this is all we see. This is it.
Let me tell y'all
Ain't
something.
nothing else to us right here.
We're going through Platinum Story right now, but we're going to be talking Airbnb because I see Brandon Suo who's talking about, I'm trying to grasp the conversation. Yeah, we're going to be talking about their market in Vegas and stuff like that. And also remember, y'all going to be able to call in and talk to him live. So if you got a question like this, you literally can call in and just ask him. Right? You ready for some questions, right? Yeah, you ready for some questions. So he ain't a stranger to getting up questions. He coaches people all the time. We're going to talk about Money Heist Academy. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about how if you don't know how to do some Airbnb, he literally got an academy that's going to teach you how to do this shit. So make sure y'all stay tuned because we just got to give y'all a little backstory and let y'all know who this man is so y'all can put the proper respect on his name. And that's really what this is about. Yeah, so that's beautiful. We got In Crowd in here. We got Will in here. We got the world's most hated cat.
I just tapped in, Will.
Everybody, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all send this video out because he definitely dropping some gems right here. You just dropped a bunch of gems that I think a lot of people miss. You talking about how you went to China, put the stuff in the bag, and came back and sold it.
They don't understand.
I know you did something similar too, D, with some jewelry. You brought some jewelry back.
You go to New York, the Diamond District.
Yeah.
Diamond District, they got it. They people, all of the people, they all from overseas. So you know that they gonna be able to get it from overseas from their people because of the relationship. So you build a relationship with them, they let you in lower than everybody else. Then you can, if you feel like it, you can become a jeweler. You can become a seller of whatever the product is. We can go get water bottles if we feel like whatever you feel like doing.
Print water bottles here.
That's why I say that's why when our guest on the show asks, well, not the guest, one of the people watching on the show asks, what does this have to do with like Airbnb? Everything. It's the profound thought.
That's the whole thing.
It's the profound thought of like when you first time you really get into something lower, like the adversities that he had to go through to get to China, all of the things that you got to go through to mentally get to that point, and then buy it.
Almost the same game, right?
And then you sell it.
It's all the same game.
100%.
But you sell it, and then you make the money that you bought back plus more. Sometimes the ROI is like double, triple, quadruple.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and it's great because I'm glad we have comments like this so you can see it. Because what I've learned about when people are doing something, they have what's called selective focus, and it's called RAS, right? Reticular activating system. You can look that up. That's not something I made up, right? And so what it is, you know, when you say you want to go buy a car, you start seeing that shit everywhere because you're selective focus. Or if you're walking around in the airport, you're just walking around. You've been flying before. Sometimes they do the random checks. They'll be like, such and such. You don't hear none of them names until they say your name, right? So you hear a name, boom, selective focus kicks in. But what's so funny about the RAS is it's based on our thoughts. So when we focus on something, we've already told ourselves the solution is some type of tip, some type of trick. And somebody could literally be dropping a mindset. Here it is. This how I overcame this shit. So a lot of times you just got to tune into that because they're going to say, okay, I'm going to give you the tips of how you're going to go find the properties. This is the neighborhood you're going to look for. This is the type of price range you want to get. But at the same time, when you hit a roadblock and you be like, well, Platinum, I don't know what happened. It went wrong. Then you know, oh, okay, this is what he was talking about. You're going to have to, this is part of the process.
Right.
So we teach you this shit to let you know the failures, the setbacks are part of the process as told by somebody who's literally made millions doing this shit. So that's just something that I guess we can get in. But speaking of Airbnb, now I know you got into Airbnb because you wanted to travel and you wanted to put your apartment up. So you like, man, I'm gonna put my apartment up. And you find out you can make money. So I guess that's the whole process. So let's walk into Airbnb and talk about how we got into Airbnb.
Imagine that. Imagine. Like,
shout out to Valencia. She said, I almost missed you guys. Oh yeah, Valencia,
don't miss us.
a long time fan of the show. We always love her in the chat. So appreciate you for coming through. But yeah, go ahead and tell us about that.
Jeez, man, you know it's so crazy. We're in June, and I believe I got to double check, but just literally hit a year officially doing Airbnb.
Man, that's a hold on, man.
Like
let me.
literally, like literally just.
You're far too kind.
Far too
kind. You know, and it's so crazy when I add the numbers. I'm like, wow, it's a $250,000 business in less than a year.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way until like I really ran the numbers, and I was like, well, damn.
Hold on, let's pause for a second.
Makes sense.
$250,000 business in a year. Right. And that's not all the other stuff we're gonna talk about that you do, like when it comes to the trading or the Turo. But Airbnb,
You know,
I know. You don't got. I'm not here. I'm not the one you got to convince. I'm not the one you got to talk to.
that's the bread and butter right there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not the one you got to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Did we time out? I want to make sure we ain't time out. Yeah. I think we timed out a little bit. I think they can still hear us, so hopefully we get the feedback in a second. Hold on.
Did we time out on my camera? Did my camera die? Is what it is?
I don't know, but basically I want to make sure what's going on. What happened to our feed? Let me see. Is that camera? It's on? It's still on? Hold on. Let's do this then. Let's see. I don't know. Your camera might have timed out, D. Let's get back in there. I think we had timed out for a second, but we should be coming back here in a second. Let me go back to the stream. This happened. This with the live stream. You know how this should be going.
No, of course.
Okay, we back. Okay. Woo! We had some technical difficulties the other day. That's why I said something about that. But we back. We should be back now. Okay. So yeah. So basically, you saw it was a $250,000 business. You don't got to convince me. But just talk about like what is the process after you saw that, like I could put this shit up and I could be traveling around the world, I could be making rent. Like what's the process that led you from that point?
So the whole idea when I first started actually Airbnb was I wanted to diversify my trading income. You know, I was at a final point where I was like, wow, you know, this is paying really well, but I was also spending a lot. And I was like, damn, I don't really I have assets, but I don't really have assets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't want to just keep spending money. You know, they say that's the poor man's way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is where you constantly spend. So you know, I jumped into a bubble where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use the summer to just invest. Because you know, summer is the time we spend the most money.
Right.
And I was like, yo, if I spend 4 to 6 months, right? I wanted 6 months. It happened in 2.5.
Right.
But really, when you focus on one thing, whatever you focus on grows. And I did everything. I learned the game for everything, not just perfect my trading. I was like, yo, how can I literally, cause I was part of a network marketing company at that time too. And I kept getting suspended because, you know, I wanted to post my lifestyle, post my profits.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they don't like that.
Yeah. And I was like, for like literally a month and a half, I was like, I wasn't getting paid. So I was like, all right. Well, at the time, my apartment was like, what, 4,400?
Right.
Something crazy at that time. And I was like, yo, why did I'm paying out of pocket.
Right.
I'm running out of time. And I can't even live the life I want to live right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm making good money, but like at that time, you
What's
know,
up?
You know, 6 figures was cool, but I was like, yo, like, how do I get there?
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I really can't do this from this company. You know, so I said, you know what? Let me start making a plan, my exit plan. You know, they always say how to make the best plan be the best. And that's what I decided to focus on. And then one of the things I always wanted to do was Airbnb, because I remember when I traveled, you know, I've stayed at Airbnbs in Cuba with my mom, you know, Dominican Republic was huge, you know, even like going into Europe, London, you know, Spain. I've always stayed at Airbnbs, and I was like, but this is a good business model if you know how to get it down right.
Right.
You know, so I started doing my research, and it was like 50-50. It either works or it doesn't. But for me, you know, I told you, I'm always with taking the risk. So I said, you know what? We gonna jump in. We gonna really take the risk, and we gonna really see how we can floor it. At that point, I was like, you know what? I want to get to my penthouse. I was like, I got to do this by 25. Like, that was always my goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was always my goal. 25, I got to do it, you know? So that transition from end of May, you know, my birthday July 10th. So I was like, yeah, I got to get the penthouse at some point this summer.
Yeah.
And I literally, like, that was my biggest trading month. Did like 40,000 on trading that month.
Right.
For June. And then I literally took that bread and I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to use this part as a down payment. You know, I'm going to go get some cars, not for my personal use, but for Turo. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 and 10 is 2 down payments, you know, on a nice Mercedes. You know, so I was like, all right, bet. I'm going to come out with a Mercedes, put it on Turo, rent it strictly. Then I was like, yo, I'm going to go get the curb I want and I'm going to have an extra month to make sure. Because my trading expenses were still good, but I was like, what else can I invest in?
Right.
You know, and I put my old crib up that I was at. I put it up on AirBNB, you know, and I was like, this is going to be the test. I switched the furniture out. I really got it to a standard, you know, where it was like, yo, people would stay here. And I'm talking about that June exploded, July, the summer, everything. It was to the point I couldn't even stay at the crib no more. I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely got to get up out of here.
Facts.
And I literally was like looking around, you know, and it allowed me to, you know, shout out to Britt. She helped me find the spot.
Shout out to Britt.
And, you know, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's the one. You know, like, that's the crib. Right. See how you got this beautiful view?
You
like
know
that.
when you see it. Yeah,
I was like, oh, yeah, the floor to ceilings, that's it. You know, and then I applied, and they were like, yeah, you know, you, like, she said it like, yo, you barely, like, made the income requirement. And I was like, sweetheart, I'm a black dude from Jamaica, Queens. You don't know how much this is just an achievement.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
barely. You don't even got to tell me that.
Right. As long as
I'm good?
Right.
All right, then. What the hell you tell me that?
And now I was like, that's where it started. So I ended up going August to Tulum the first time because I was like, you know, Tulum's been a big area since the pandemic. And I really started to see the value of Airbnb, and I started to really see about learning. And then, of course, like I said, my goal was to invest every month, whether every 3 to 5 months I would get a new property, right? And I'm going to tell you how we scaled so quickly. So when I went to, you know, Tulum in August. I mean, Tulum is beautiful, but it's also under construction, you know. Every day something new is being built, you know. And I made the first mistake where I can't say mistake, but I took the first step to, you know, put a down payment on the property out there. Okay. You know? And I realized I put a down payment on a property that I wouldn't be ready for 6 months. And I was like, okay, but that didn't really make any sense because now I don't have the money I put down, and then I'm going to owe the rest when the property's due, and then I didn't make money for 6 months.
Yeah.
But, so you know, they always going to tell you, oh, you can buy. So what I did was I leveraged the property I purchased with the developer, you know, and I said, look, you know, I have this vision. You've developed a lot of properties within the area. You know, I want to secure all of them, but I want to get them as a corporate leasing aspect. And, you know, they told me I was crazy. They was like, that doesn't make sense of what we're going to have to charge you because most of these properties were like 250, 300,000 or more. 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom.
They told him he was crazy.
You had already been. You had already been
somebody,
through it.
When somebody say they said he was crazy, I feel like there's a victory story brewing.
Right. You know,
it's something that they don't understand.
They definitely don't understand. And they told me, they was like, yeah, nah, you're crazy. So that first month, I got one. The minute it got booked, I said, I bet we going for 2 more.
Yeah.
And like literally I kept going and I kept going and I kept going.
Like why not?
And then I got 3. And then 3 turned into 6. And then I had to stagnate because I also realized, well, damn, how do you manage all of this? You know, so
systems.
Systems, time, energy, and money.
Yeah.
That's one thing we know. So I said, I need to create a system. I need to find people. So what I was able to do, one of my guys, shout out to Alfredo, you know, and the rest of the team out there, I helped them put together a system. I was like, I was paying for this, and this. And I said, well, why don't you guys form something and work together? You know, because the cleaner's here, the manager's here, and work together, you know, because the cleaner's here, the manager's here, the building's there. And I was like, yo, like, I can't keep traveling to Mexico.
Right.
And they literally were able to create a corporation out there, you know, open up a bank account. And literally I said, look, I'm going to teach you guys how to manage. Because I'm training them. Because if my property does well, I make money. Exactly. And if I can make money through automation, meaning I don't have to do it myself, I win.
Gems.
You know, so literally I spent about 2 weeks, 3 weeks training them, showing they already know about hospitality out there because Mexico's a vacation area, but they didn't know about like the congruency on like how to, you know, consistency, scheduling, inventory. Right. So really just showing them the systematic things that I learned how to do from my spot out in Houston. Yeah. And after the first month, you know, it was a little rocky to get it, but then they finally got it. You know, and then I worked at a price point with them, and, you know, nothing, like, I didn't need anything. I just knew that my properties managed, and they were able to take that same format and kind of, like, scale because they had other properties. You know, one of the guys at the top of Fredo, you know, he has a bunch of properties throughout as well, and he just applied the same system. Right. And it made it automated. So now what I was able to do was say, okay, bet, if I can get property management all-inclusive for the year, that means you guys, I get the spot, you guys manage it, you guys charge a fee. I take care of whatever the rental requirement is, as if 3 months down, 4 months down up front. I can get my property launched within 24 to 72 hours. Right. And that model right there allowed me to fly. Yeah, just because now I took out the hardest part, which people are going to say is like, what is the hardest part? Buying a house. Is one, yes, buying a house, but two, who's going to manage it? Most people can't take away. So when they say, yo, how do you have so many properties? And it's like, well, I'm not there. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to understand that after a certain number you hear, right?
Man, but I'm saying, this is why I like
That's why it's so beautiful.
I like to bring it in perspective some of the stuff you just dropped. You talked about a couple of the key skills as far as scaling this Airbnb thing, because you can have your one property, put it up and make money, but you're talking about how to work with people. You got to learn how to manage these people. You got to learn how to be systematic. These are things that I think people got to understand as far as building this out. Now, I know you teach people a lot of the systems and stuff in Money Heist Academy, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I want to drop the number. If you could drop the number in the chat so people can call in and definitely talk to you, just so they can learn a little bit more. 1-866-630-4720, 866-630-4720. Call in to the switchboard. And basically, we'll put you on directly with Platinum. He's going to be able to hear you. You're going to be able to ask him your questions directly. So just like my man Brandon was asking about, is there a market in Vegas? Is there a market in Vegas? Oh, yeah. There's market everywhere. I know.
Everywhere. That's the sweet spot.
I got to play devil's advocate, you know.
Right. You know, good content.
But, yeah.
They got the
number. Can you pin it from your side? D? Are you able to pin that comment from your side?
Let me see.
Hold on, I might have to do it from this side. But basically, yeah, make sure y'all call in right now. The phone line should be open right now. Y'all should be able to call in, and y'all can talk to Platinum, and he gonna tell y'all what it is, right? So yeah, man. But that's crazy, man. That's a crazy story. And like I guess that's the thing that kind of led you into Turo, led you into all the other things.
One thing, you know. I know we talk about jack of all trades. Yeah. I did my best to master all of them as much as I can.
But I think, though, the big thing when they say the jack of all trades, though, is I think that just really refers to somebody who's trying to do all the jobs themselves, right? So it's a lot of different skills I know, but if I automate that skill and I automate that skill, I'm not actually working in all those areas because, true, you could probably be good at hospitality, but you're not going to be sitting on the property for all day really, like, working with the people because, one, it wouldn't make sense. It can't scale. And then, two, that's probably not where you're best fit to be. Because a lot of people who watch our show, I know they want to be entrepreneurs. They want to be bosses and stuff like that. It's like the mindset you got to get into is organizing labor. And that's why I like to have people on here so you can call and ask. Stuff that I know stuff about business, but you know different areas of business than me. And that's the whole point of the game. Just like you said, you mentioned a lot of names in there of people who helped you find properties, people who helped you in the management. Me, if I'm going to do something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see what Platinum know. I'm going to go see what the other people know.
Do me a favor, everybody watching, if you're watching right now, just share this to your Facebook page and say, you can call in right now and talk to somebody who is managing over 50 Airbnb property.
With
This
over
is
2,000 guests.
That's what I'm saying. So this is after if the light bulb clicks,
this
they'll call.
This ain't no little operation, y'all.
This is something when if they managing properties, a light bulb gonna click and they gonna call. So if you don't need nobody, if you don't have any questions, you could do somebody else a favor by passing this information
you always
out.
got that one partner. I do Airbnb, but he got one property.
One property ain't gonna cut it. That one property ain't gonna. I mean,
Yeah.
you can do it. I mean,
No, I'm not talking down because everybody got to start everywhere, somewhere, right?
You got to start.
I'm just saying.
That's the one thing I love about it is everyone got to start at the same point.
Right.
They have to. So it just goes to show like what do you test the skill set?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has to start at the same point.
Yeah, you got to start. You got to start with one. Well, how you got it is how you got it.
Right.
Your percentage on it is your percentage.
Don't be shy on them phone lines. I know sometimes people like, man, I don't know if I want to call and stuff like that. Well, I guess until somebody calls in, I guess we can talk about this question that he just asked, which was basically different cities, and is there a market for a place like Vegas?
Every city has a market, you know, and that doesn't just mean so generic. But like for example, you know, here in Houston, you can say it's an oversaturated market.
Yeah.
But if you find a property that you can add themes, you know, you can add, you know, you can change the layout, the furniture, the property. You make the property, you know. And
That's what I thought.
I feel like, you know, you're a person of swag, When you put your own touch onto something, it's no longer just generic. You know, it's more authentic.
It's a hot commodity.
You know,
Now it's like,
exactly.
I want to go to.
Now it's aggressive.
Now it's
You know
aggressive.
what I'm
Now you gotta go.
That's aggressive.
So now it's there, and it's like, okay, you have
Here we go.
control. You got the control.
Here we go. So we got our first call. Hold on. I always got to do this. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Where's the Oh, it's not connected right now. Hold on 1 second. Call right back because it's supposed to be connected to the board. I don't know what happened. Give us 1 second. Hold on. What's going on? We need to be connected to the board so you can hear.
It's a little Bluetooth thing, right?
Yeah, it's is my Bluetooth off somehow?
A button. It was like a
My
button.
Bluetooth is off. I gotta turn it back on. No doubt. Yeah. Appreciate you for bearing with us, Platinum, and audience bearing with us. But yeah, we about to get these calls in here. Hold on.
We live at 5, Jack.
See if you can connect to it, D, because you got the phone line on there too, right?
Let's see.
If it come up, because it's not coming up for me for some reason.
All right, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's why.
Big Wi-Fi?
I think it's the Wi-Fi. That's why.
Wi-Fi
connected
good.
to Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're not connected to Big Wi-Fi.
That's why. Okay. Let me get back on the Wi-Fi, and we should be good to go.
She's still on the horn?
I'm going to have her call back. Yeah, no, I still can't see it. Can you see it? Can you see the roadcaster on yours?
On the blue. Here we go. Let's see.
You can see it on yours?
I don't know.
You can't see it on the Bluetooth? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Let me see. Let's see if we can just connect on your phone. Oh, I know what to do. This is the part of live stuff or whatever, right? This be happening. When you got a live show, you be having situations like this. You be like, man, what's going on? Okay, I think we're gonna be good now.
I always feel like can't nobody fault you for stuff like this because it's like so much that goes on.
It make it more organic to me because it's like, oh, they was really on there instead of trying to be like, because you know, if we cut this, we can edit this out and be like, oh yeah, we did this, but no, this is really hot up. What it is though is I got to rediscover it. Here we go. All right, we good. Valencia, call back in. We should be good now. That's why I say we gotta get the producer in here, D.
Man, I already know. I see the.
Yeah, go ahead and call back in, Valencia. We got you now. And call back and ask those questions. We should be good now. I know Platinum. He's sitting over there like, man, they ain't really got it like that.
I mean, I all these chords, I can't never trip. I don't know what half them are, but when I was in school in the communication department, I learned male, female with the XLR cords, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. I need to boom bam. Let me boom bam.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready to call back in, we got you. Did it? And I got a lot more questions for you, Platinum. Don't worry. I want the audience to get a chance to ask some questions because I know they might have some different questions than I might have. But go ahead and call in, y'all. We should be good to go now. There we go. Okay, I got it. I got it this time. 1 second. Here we go. You on the air.
Yeah, my only question is for in the trading field, what is your views or pointers that you say that was most beneficial for you that you can give to others?
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
So in the
Spend all your money. Now I'm playing.
It sounds
Sell.
But one of the biggest things you have to focus on is you have to start. Like what I did when I wanted to perfect trading was I was like, it takes 10,000 hours to master something, right?
Right.
So I said, well, if I take 10,000 trades, I'll get good at either making money or losing money, So what I did was I probably about, especially on whether it was Forex or binary, I started with the smallest amount. So on binary, all I did was probably about 3,000 worth of $1 trades for a month and a half straight.
That take discipline.
For Forex, all I was trading was a 0.01 for 2.5 months. Literally, if I made, $2, that meant I was up 200 pips in a range. I was doing something, 2,000 actually, really just understanding the skill set of what I was doing, and that was I don't want to say the hardest part.
That's it.
But that was what I had to do. That's what it took to get good.
You was learning the fundamentals.
I think let me okay, y'all.
Back to basics.
That's how I think a great example of how you get amazing at the art of understanding how to trade in the market. So here's what the average motherfucker gonna do. They gonna get in there and they gonna hit, right? They gonna hit. Okay, so you gonna have your strategy.
Right.
You gonna have it down pat. You already know. You have your strategy and you have it down pack, of course, and boom, you hit big and you just say fuck your strategy. Yeah. And that's what you don't do. So,
or you get back there thinking you about to make $1 million in 2 weeks and go ahead and start stunting on your partners and your friends. Because I know that's what people be wanting to do, man. I got this trading shit. I'm about to be in the club. I'm about to be popping by. I'm about to stun on everybody. I'm about to pull up on their ass. I'm about to show them. And then you put that first trade
That is not the case.
Lot size done changed. Everything
Maybe
gone.
not you, Valencia. I'm just saying these other people.
Right,
bad.
don't do that. That's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah. I smoked some money before. I'll be honest with y'all.
Smoked all my money.
I said, we did it. We about to be rich.
Right.
Did that answer your question, though, Valencia?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, bet.
Just basically have a strategy and stick to that strategy.
Have you had any success trading, Valencia?
Yeah, I have. I've been doing the Forex one, and right now the trading system that I'm using is the VAD Forex. Okay. I don't know if you heard of it. With basically in the increments of within 10-minute trading.
Okay,
binary.
You got any resistance and support strategies that you can give away for free for us? I'm gonna try to use one off air. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anybody with any strategies, I need them. I'm trying to low key after this episode. I'm gonna pull Platinum to the side like shit. Let your boy know something. Because,
man,
hey man,
I should be taking notes from y'all.
Man, look, in that world, if you got something, let us know.
It's definitely so. Look, Valencia, we're gonna be talking about Money Heist Academy later.
Absolutely.
Actually, and I'll give them a little inside information. We actually went on a trip. We was in Colombia together, and we seen this in Money. I'm gonna give a testimonial for it.
Right.
In Money Heist Academy, he literally in there walking you through how to if you don't make money in there, it's really you just tripping.
And we have the luxury we on vacation, y'all. Understand we on vacation. We just vibing. And DP he at work. He took 2 hours out of his day, or I can't remember the amount of time, but I remember we was playing around in the pool. cooking, and you can hear DP in the back coaching.
Like,
hey, no, this is this.
It's a nice, smooth trade.
I pick one up. I'm like, man, I need to hop in that.
I'm in the other room. I was like, man, I feel bad because I'm paying for it, but I still got to take that trade.
I got to take that trade. I heard DP say, in right now, P. I'm about to
take it.
The whole time I'm in Columbia trying to get the trade.
I'm going in the back. I made some money in Columbia. He's like, how, man? Just, the number's been with me. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about a little bit later.
Well, I'm gonna get on that money heist thing.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna be dropping all the information about it. But appreciate you for calling. Appreciate you for watching as always.
All right, no problem.
All right. Yeah, man. So I guess I got some more stuff here. But before we get into it, 'cause I want to get to some mind set stuff later. But I know a lot of people like to hear like the strategies and stuff like that. So let's talk a little bit about Money Heist Academy. I know one of the big things with Money Heist Academy is giving people the tools so they can create multiple streams of income. So let's talk about some of the things that Money Heist Academy does, and then let's talk about, how other people can get involved with that, because I think a lot of people would really like to know how to get into that.
Of course. Oh, man. In simple terms, I created Money Heist Academy to become a household lifestyle. And what I mean by lifestyle is, a lifestyle brand at that, because there is so many connections. You believe networking can make you rich.
Come on.
We all know that, right? And I felt
that's a fact. That's what it is. That's a fact.
100%. So when I took that mindset, I was like, I knew the skills I had, but I was getting technically paid undervalued for it.
For sure.
So I said, why would I, succumb to that agreement of not seeing my value?
For sure.
I've helped hundreds of people make money in the markets. I was doing Zoom calls several hours a week, and I said,
I didn't see them.
This doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? To see what I'm receiving, and what I'm actually doing, it didn't correlate. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't running parallel. It was running obscure. It was going a whole different. It took a tangent. I was like,
sure.
The skill was going this way, the money was going that. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense.
And that's a very important part, I think, in every entrepreneur's career, that he got to figure out how to get the value, because he's giving more value than he's putting in, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody being able to make a lifetime skill of making money and you selling that's huge.
Right.
For real. You putting people on.
That's the name of the game,
right? Feed the family with this shit.
So what I did was I said, okay, when I went to Spain, with my mom, 2019, this is when they was getting ready to do, the whole Money Heist series out there. I kind of got to see, the behind the scenes of that, and it stuck with me. I was like, Money Heist.
Sound good.
It's like, imagine being a bank robber, but, took the spin off it being a legal bank robber.
Legal bank robbery.
And, I stuck with it. So when I started my trading, it was like Money Heist live sessions. And I was like, yo, this is, we were literally online robbing the banks legally.
Yeah. Right.
Like, that's literally what we were doing. We'd hop on 2 times a day, take some trades, and we would make money. Everybody was winning. And I said, I think I could go household with that, And this is also the time in Tulum in August. I was like, you know what? Because Money Heist is coming up to about to be a year, and, less than a year hitting about a good over 6 figures, just from what the Academy's been able to produce. Kind of showed that you can step away, So I stepped away from something that was consistent, but I was being undervalued, and I took it to the next level. Right. So what I did with Money Heist was create a concept of bringing, a global idiosyncratic perspective and bringing it into everyday lifestyle.
Okay.
And that was where we got into the multiple streams of income. That was a model, not only to rob the banks, but to, go after the lifestyle you want.
Right. In the process.
Like, building yourself as a specific character versus because, you can have one thing, but just being multifaceted like that allows you to do a lot more, because a lot of us, we get into the thing because we want that lifestyle, right? We get, I want to be able to make money, but like one thing, for example, we went to Colombia. We was able to travel in the middle of the week because of the lifestyle.
Tuesday.
Most people can't do that.
And then if they watch your Instagram, you should go watch his Instagram. It's going to get you real motivated, because every week he in Mexico. I hit him, I say, man, Platinum, come on the show. He said, yeah, man, my bad. That's just one of my Mexico days. So just one of my Mexico days.
How that sound? Wouldn't you want to be able to tell your people, hey, not available in Mexico?
In Mexico. Right. But not just for fun, for business too, though.
In Mexico, like, as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just here. Like, I got...
So I
You
guess
understand what I'm saying? Like, what you saying?
So I guess let's talk a little bit about Turo then, right? Since because you just gave a great strategy, or whatever, how you put the down on the 2 cars and stuff like that. So what was the process of you getting into the Turo? Because I think a lot of people, once again, multiple streams of income. Because I tell people a lot of times, you may be doing one thing, but one of the greatest lessons I've ever learned is that the richest people always are MSI.
Multiple.
Used to say that.
Multiple
streams of income. So talk about how you got into that and some things they can learn about Turo. And then we'll talk about some more mindset stuff.
Of course. So, when you mentioned MSI, that was always a mindset. So it was like, all right, trading was good, Airbnb was good. And then I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to scale, because you believe when you create a system and automation, sometimes it costs you more. But that's usually what it's for.
Yeah.
So when I decided to automate my Airbnbs, it was like, damn, I'm spending more money, but I'm saving my time. Yeah. So I said, what else could I add to a property that could make me money? And I was like, wait, there's 3 things people need: a place to stay, a way to get around, and food to eat. So when I took that concept, and that's a necessity we all need. All of us need that in life. We need that. Everybody need that.
Need that. Got some food
are key.
on the way.
So once I took that, and I said, okay, well, you know what? How can we get it to the next level?
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, I got the crib. Now we need to get a car. But I didn't have a car when I was in Houston because I was always at home trading. Yeah. So I said, you know what? I want a car. I want to get a Benz, something calm. But, like, when it's not rented out, I'm going to
just see how casual that was.
Something light.
Something slight.
Bugatti.
Cop the first
I love it, though.
Shout out to my business partner, Rhonda. She's more like my mentor,
Yeah.
She's much older, and she had cancer as well. But, like,
I love Rhonda, man.
We know Rhonda.
We from the workout, we was working out, man. We was going hard. She owned so much, so early.
Right. You know what I'm saying? She got her first house at like 23, bro.
Right. Rhonda wasn't never playing. I don't never remember Rhonda
when
playing.
you talking about networking, though, I met her through him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's always been
what I'm
networking.
saying? So, like, even that, like, just really, like, that person played a mentor for me because it was like, being young, we get money sometimes. And it's like,
but I'll be honest, I love how you always give credit to people, man. I think that's a big thing because a lot of times you drop little gems in there, and I think people will miss them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You'll say certain stuff, but you give praise to those people who helped you along the way. And I feel like a lot of people miss that because we got this misconception that I'm going to do this shit on my own. And I tell people, it's only cool for the rap lyrics.
Never.
That shit sounds good in the rap lyrics, but
you can't try. You can try.
You might do it, but you're gonna be 78.
If you wanna kill that thought in your head, type in Steve Harvey on YouTube talking about doing this shit by himself.
Right.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna change your whole mind on trying to do this shit.
People forget like the pieces to the team, And one of the biggest things, I'm sure you agree, is I always tell people, they was like, yo, what's the key to being successful? You need a graphic designer and you need a content creator. Any entrepreneur doesn't have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, DQ, right? Shooter, right?
So step into the camera real quick. Tell DQ to step into the camera just real quick.
Nah, like if you don't have one, like it's just. Now, what do you document?
Now let me tell you something. Let me show you something. He about to step into the camera. Step around this way. The whole time we've been filming, he been back here creating content. So I'm just telling you that you practice what you preach because a lot of people he just giving them tips. He don't really do that or whatever.
You want to hear the dedication, and this is why I say like when you really find people you fuck with, right? You saw me when I was still here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He was in Mexico before me.
Keyword,
he was in Mexico.
I saw you when you was driving. Yeah,
right. He was in Mexico before me. He literally was like, "Yo, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna thug it out here."
But platinum, bro, I don't got time to be moving around like that. Bro. I got stuff to do, man. My gal over there, I can't be moving around like that.
No, but on the real, he spent his birthday in Mexico. He was like, "You know what? We gonna move some plays." And I said, "Damn, bro, you gonna do that? All right, when I get there."
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? So this is what I'm saying, bro. The level of dedication that people have when they're young, this is the best time to be dedicated. Because I tell people all the time, you're not going to have this type of energy again.
Why waste it?
You think you're going to be a 45-year-old person?
Ready to get up and go like that?
And let's hit the club and network. Right. No, you're not going to want to do that shit.
That's
the only thing. You could. Don't get me wrong, you could.
Right.
But what I'm saying is you network. And then right now is the time we got platforms like this where you can go to Money Heist Academy. You can go to courses that people are putting out that they're showing this stuff. But I like to show this because to me, this is real entrepreneurship. Like, yes, these tips, tactics, and stuff are important, But I've told people this, and you probably agree with this, Platinum. You could release a course right now. We got a lot of great courses, right? But I always tell people, man, if you want to get the most value, you got to speak right to the person because you're going to go in there and say, oh, well, no. When you're doing your trades, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what you're paying for,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? That's the money. And a lot of people don't want to invest money. So I bring people on here to try to show people, because that's my goal. Right. Just like that's why I like Money Heist Academy, because what you talking about, Money Heist Academy, aligns exactly with all the stuff we talk about. So it's like giving you the tools in order to live that lifestyle. So it's important to show people who like, I'm really about grinding. Right. I'm really about doing it, instead of like making the excuses, because it don't matter how you feel. The success only comes from certain actions. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly.
Man, shout out to everybody reposting us on Instagram if you watching live.
Shout out to Stone
YouTube.
Cold Fox too, because you know
back
Stone
in.
Cold
Let's
Fox
go, man.
Come through and show us love.
Hey, retweet, repost, whatever the platform you on. Goddamn it, let everybody know we out here. We live. We live at 5, at 7. But
and make sure to
it's
like
5
the
o'clock
video.
somewhere.
If you haven't liked the video already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But okay, you had told us like you wanted something slight, so you put it on there. So you combine those 3 things. So I guess continue along that thread, because we went on a little bit of a tangent there.
No, of course. So once I got the first car going, I was like, all right, the first objective, right? Everything's a numbers game, right? Mm-hmm. You know, just like how they say, okay, in order to live somewhere, you need 3 times the rent.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that means you gotta make 3 times in order to 1/3 of what the cost is. So I said, all right, bet. I need to have this car generate 3 times the car payment. So the car pays for itself. But the first goal is to make a car payment. Okay. You know, so the first Benz, the car payment was about like $800. Yeah. Nothing crazy. But I was like $800, and of course you got the insurance was another $3, so about $1,100 for the first car.
Pretty standard.
So I said, all right, you know, you got 30 days in the month, right, to make it $1,100. You know, and when I realized, I was like, damn, that's technically my 1/3. Because I said, even if I did $100 a day, and I get booked up for the month, I'm at $3,000. That's almost 3 times the car payment and insurance. Now, what's cool is I got a Benz.
Yeah.
And then the Benz is what people, you know, you hear it in the song, Beamer, Benz, Bentley. You know what I'm saying? Like, but before you get to the Bentleys and the Rolls Royce, and before I was like, you know, before I get into the exotic game, you know, why not kill the regular game? Everyone need a regular car to drive. People are not going to have Rolls Royce money and Lamborghini money. You know what I'm saying? So why put myself in that position? Plus, I also looked at, like you said, age. I was like, bro, let me just go within the line. I'm going to get those things, but like, whether I get it at 25 or get it at 28, bro, I still got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really make a difference when it comes to materialistic shit. But it's like, how much can I make and save right now so I can prepare for my future? That's the key. So, you know, the Benz started to do good. It started to get booked. But what I did was I started networking. Yo, people was going out. Yo, listen, you need a car? Look, yo, you have to market your product.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like even one of my pieces, you know, Dream Chasers, that was the overall household name for Money Heist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got DJ. Like, everyone has something that represents them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I realized was where people go wrong. I marketed the shit out of what I was doing.
Right.
Yo, I got a
the
Benz.
shit.
People was like, yo, why you? I got a Benz.
Right.
But it's for rent though. So,
right.
Yo, you need a car.
Yeah, but it's so for rent though. Yeah.
They won't like it on IG. They won't say anything. But when they need the car, yo, he play.
Hitting the shit out that horn.
That's the thing we always talk about, because you saying some real shit. Because a lot of people, I know a lot of people are very good at what they do.
They won't tell
nobody.
They
scared to market themselves. They scared because, well, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be somebody who sells. I was telling somebody, one of the biggest things I learned in marketing that really fucked me up was they don't like at the marketing degree, they don't really teach you like what the real marketing that works. They like the stuff that works. I was telling this girl, I said, what really works in marketing is like usually petty shit, right? Like be better than your friends or stun on your friends. It's like that's the type of stuff when you see it. If I'm sitting here with you, I'll be like, man, I'm not worried about that. But they go home and be like, I'm about to see what that was talking about. So I think that's huge. And they don't even make 3 times the rent. You know people be using them check stubs, Valencia. You know what time it is.
Right.
Everybody, it's the stub lady been around in the hood for ages. You know
like the bootleg man.
I ain't going to say who she is because, you know, that'd be snitching. But you know what I'm saying? But you know what it is. Okay, so yeah. So you got that first car. You start making that rent or whatever, right? So how many cars you got on Turo?
Whoa. Probably about like 7.
Evan. And you just kind of folded them into each other. Going along with the same themes of like you just same way you did AirBNB, really, right? Just the same type of process.
3 Benz, two actual like regular like Hondas, you know, because I also started to learn. Check this out, right here. Let me just run these numbers real quick to teach someone game, because you don't got to get an exotic or a high end car to do that, right?
But here's the thing, though. With this strategy, you can drive any car you want.
Right, and I'm gonna get to that. So the average Honda probably about $250 a month. Right? You would agree on that? About $250 a month?
Month?
$250.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get one of them hoes.
Right.
I'm gonna get one of them hoes.
But you know, $250. I'll even
Zoom
I'll say
around.
$350.
Okay.
You know, that's probably the average, you know, Honda payment or, you know, Nissan payment, right? $350 a month, right? Now, you divide that by 30 days, your car is costing you $12 a day.
Okay.
$12.
Now, I can put and list my car.
25.
Bro,
30.
60.
60.
60 a day.
See, I was being nice, y'all.
So 60 a day at 30 days is $1,800.
That's a cool little.
That's a little bit more than 3 times, I believe.
Right. But check this out. Now I'm gonna times that by I'm gonna only do 70% occupancy. Right? So that means out of 30 days only 70% booked. So that still gives me $1,260.
Yeah.
So $1,260 divided by into 350 is 3.6 times.
Yeah.
So that simple Honda made me 3.6 times the money.
And that's
now
millionaire
that same,
math.
right. But now that same 3.6 is going to pay for that C300 AMG because that payment is $1,200.
Right. Did you just show them how to pay for a book dick AMG? Oh, wrong sound.
Book dick.
It's the same thing though, right? It's the same thing. My bad.
Because now look, you do 4 or 5 AMGs, you're a
4 or 5. So
4 or 5.
Get you a Honda, get you some AMGs, and then get you a Lambo. That's basically
It's
what
literally-
you're saying.
and then the Lambo will get you the Rose.
And the Rose get you a house.
And you still got them
Ghost
other.
of the Wraith.
Then you still got all them other houses.
And then you got all them other cars, so you could just call. You could at that point afford a driver,
Right.
who can just drive you around in your Rolls.
Right.
I mean your Rolls, your Royce.
You use that income in your business. So check this out. This is another game, right? Everyone should know about FHA. You know what I'm saying?
Listen carefully.
So, you know, the minimum is 3.5%. So, if you can qualify, you know, 600 plus credit score, you know, have your ducks in a row, first, you know, also be a first time home buyer, you know, that 3.5 on a mil is only 350. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I see what you was about to say.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Math on air.
35, ain't it?
It's 35.
35,000. It's not because
Yeah.
that'd be 35%.
35, right.
Yeah.
That's how
Don't do
those
math
numbers-
on air. Don't do math on air.
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm math on air.
Somebody gonna hop on here. No, it's not.
No, somebody wasn't even watching
Everything he
this.
said is void now.
Somebody wasn't even watching
this.
this.
I couldn't, right? Because I was like, yeah, but 3.5%.
Right.
I don't deal with low percentages. But I feel you, right? Ask $35,000.
Yeah.
Now you have $1 million home, right? Now you can take that, right? Get a second line of credit,
Yeah.
right? Even a second mortgage if you want.
Right.
Borrow against the home. Your home is equity. Use it as collateral. Now the collateral you use from that home, you can leverage into your business. You know what I'm saying? And now you can use that business to get business funding, get 2 times. And you can do that, you know what I'm saying, while still living in the home.
Y'all hear this man?
Like you can
Oh,
go.
they
I'm gonna
say
do it right now.
move your mic closer, Platinum, because they can't really hear you. And you dropping some heat.
It's the answers, y'all. I mean,
Right.
it's the future. After the pandemic, I believe like the new way of thinking has emerged. It's the age of information. So, like to everybody that's watching right now, kudos, man, because you in the right spot at the right time. You fuck around, do some of this shit, you really lift up.
Because he was just dropping some shit about how you can basically get your credit right. We always talk about credit on the show. Get your credit right. Get that 3.5% interest rate. Just $35,000 down get you in $1 million home. And do you know what type of homes you can get in Texas?
Oh man, like look at areas like Manville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to necessarily get within the inner
That's
loop.
true.
People forget about stuff like that.
You
know what I'm
living
saying?
like a king.
Right. You know what I'm
King.
saying? But guess what? Instead of that, you can go get a duplex.
Right.
Right on one side.
Or-
live on one side.
Or
Get tenants.
a container home for a little bit less of the price, but you get a lot of bang for your buck.
Right.
List that bad boy on the BNB and you sweet. You hit the bat right where it needs to be.
Think about it. They have that for you seen getaway houses. Right. Literally, people can go to remote locations.
You seen them tiny homes? Yeah. Tiny homes. They give you a little tiny home. I tiny home this bitch out.
They just dropping all the game on here.
Yeah, I seen right. It's a game drop real quick. You seen them men around the like overseas? Can't remember exactly where they were, but they'll get a shovel and dig it out. And I mean,
you talking about they'll do like a whole? They'll build the shit in the ground or whatever.
Absolutely.
They'll literally dig the whole place out in the ground
and make it like waterfalls. You can live in there, and imagine a project like that. Like you just get in there quick, do it like how you do it, and I mean like you can live in there. You can Airbnb it out if you want to sell it to somebody. You could. You could do it as an excursion. Very simple, like real smooth. Just do whatever you can, because the reality of it is, the more spots that you can just like create, you can provide more experiences for people. Like you can get people in all types of spots. Like I like the strategy. I like DJing around the world and doing things like in all types of places, but having somewhere to do it. You know what I'm saying? Having somewhere to do it though. You know what I'm saying? Like even like how we have the hair spittle and things of that nature. The hair spittle is a spot I always think about. Like you talk about the lifestyle that you like to live and the things that make you happy. So DJing or like traveling and having Airbnbs around the world, positioning stuff so that way you can be taken care of. It's essential. It's like food, like how you said, man. Having a restaurant, think about having a dope ass like DP restaurant. I don't know the name of it, just hypothetically speaking, just everywhere. Your favorite food though. Right. Like fuck it, like it ain't got like it ain't. Who cares about what's to eat? If we got a DP in nearby, I know we good. So I'm not worried about what they eating. I know where I'm going, and I know it's good. So for me, like I love the strategy, and I love what you're talking about because it's about what I'm for, which is freedom. Like now, what? When you can just get whatever car, huh? What your dream car? What you want? Who said you had to have one? Right. I like this strategy because it preaches abundance. It's like, yo. What's up? What's up with this shit? They talk about a dream house. This a man with 50 of them. Yeah. 50.
And that's the shit he was talking about too.
Was that 50 houses? They all just
building this shit in the
my
ground.
man's is out here digging the shits. I would take 100 days out of my life and go dig with these gentlemen and live in this bitch.
Look at the end result.
You understand what I'm saying? I paint the walls with them.
Watch what the end result ends up being though. This shit crazy.
Crazy. 100 days. You know what I'm saying?
This shit turns like they literally like of course we can't go through the whole video on here. That shit would take up too much time. But they literally dig this shit out in the ground and it becomes like a whole like you gonna see here in a second when it pops up. Like this is hard ass work. But this is just basically get them a visual if you watching this live what we talking about because people like, man, what they talking about?
Yo, I seen something similar to this with wood, but this is crazy.
See, like after I get 50 properties in Airbnb, I would convert over. Yeah, you know. Got the whole pool in there. Look at that.
And if you like, we wasn't just kind of skipping through it. You would literally see the whole process. You would see them do the entire thing. Like
now,
going to put that grass on there, putting them rocks, everything.
Somebody could say, man, this shit lame as hell. And that shit, no, look though, watch this.
You put that shit on Airbnb.
What you said, well, look, they just selling.
You can get some bread for that.
Oh my God. Like, think about it though. Like, you might not like it, but what you got to understand in this rental space business is somebody like it. Yeah. Right. I don't give a fuck if the room $2. Somebody gonna book it. And if you got it for 50 cents, you just made a profit. So the business model is the same. You know what I mean? It's like 100 days, you know, I wonder, it just depends on how much money you normally make. How much money you would lose to take out 100 days of your life to go out here and build it. I wouldn't go out here and actually do it. But
well, no. But right. I mean, that's kind of their culture, though.
You just hire them to do it.
Yeah, you hire them to do it. But I would
That's probably who run that channel secretly.
Right.
You know, he probably got them out there. Hey man, build you another one. They like get paid because they live off the land. He probably ain't even tripping on that. Yeah. But I think that's a big thing. So we talked about some couple things. We talked about flipping Turo. I guess the things I want to talk about now is kind of the mindset going into it, man. You had like some jobs being Burger King, being a barista, being these type of things, right? Like a lot of people, especially because let's be honest, you know, being black and stuff like that, they talk about that. And I know in your story, I read an article, you were talking about that, right? Like that. You just wasn't somebody who was going to accept that, man, because I'm like this, I can't be successful. I've told people all the time, there's a lot of bad things happening in the world. And it doesn't mean that these things are not true, but the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to complain about that shit? So could you speak to that mindset of What kept you just going or saying, man, shit, it don't matter what's going. It don't matter if I'm broke right now, if I got money right now, I'm going to continue going.
Sheesh, man. First thing I start with, man, my mom's, you know.
I've talked about them parents, man.
Mama's boy at heart. But, you know, seeing what my mom has gone through, you know, you really learn a lot from a woman, you know, especially with the right woman in your life, you know, whether that's a girlfriend, you know, a family, an aunt, you know, but women are really the unkept secret. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sharpen you.
You know,
they keep you sharp.
Right.
If you
iron sharpens iron, but you know, the women are really the game changers. You know, and my mom, you know, seeing just what she went through, and you know how she always made sure food was on the table. She would go to work, come home, cook, you know, clean, get up and do it the next day, make sure I was good, spend time with me. Like, seeing that, and I'm like, but there's no excuse, you know. So I really got to understand from my mother what it's like to just be focused, you know. And it's so crazy knowing that I was one of her greatest achievements.
Sure.
So now that means I got to go out there and I got to do everything, especially the stuff they said is impossible. Right. That goes back to my mom. If I make it, she made it. You know
and then, like, she got a superhero for a fucking son.
Right.
How live is that? You know what I'm saying?
All superheroes wear capes.
You know what I'm saying? You got a Dior cape on right now, but we ain't gonna talk about that though.
No, we ain't even saying nothing about that.
We ain't gonna say nothing about that though. You know.
That's why. Let me tell you, I don't wear that shit in Colombia though.
Oh,
because
you are my dad.
Man,
that man told
DP. Colombia, a
DP.
little kid. We at the table eating. Little kid put his whole body in the platinum and say, "You are my father." And then what's crazy, the mom just sitting there looking like,
yeah, hey,
like, what's up? Give me some money.
Right. Shit, what you really like?
You ain't got nothing.
Come about that shit.
They just running. We was running down. What was that? We was in a little horse and carriage.
Right.
The little kid was running by us. The grown adults got tired. He just running by. You got to give me something, bro.
Something, bro. Like, I ain't letting you go.
But after a while, once you there a little bit, they stop messing with you. Go like, okay, you been here, you here to the game. We can't.
Hey, I got it. I got you out all I can get
Colombia,
you.
You be walking down the street, you just see about 5 dudes run up on you rapping,
killing it though.
You are Patron. You are Patron. You are Patron. And then as soon as they hit the end, support their artists. Yes.
That's how I am after every gig.
Support.
I'm out in the club like I'm in Colombia. Like, yes sir, put it in the hat, please.
Hand it out.
Yes, sir. I need that.
But yeah, man, I really love that about mindset, because with Mama's House, the Penthouse, or just anything I've done in business, I think I try to illustrate to people that the people in your life, man, one of the greatest things, we talked about this before, is like people can't understand the ROI of great parenting, to be honest with you. I talk to him about that a lot of times because I tell him, if somebody's encouraging you, people don't understand. There's a process we go through in life called socialization. And those beliefs that are around us when we're young, we adopt those. And we make them our own beliefs.
That's
but
true.
The thing is, a lot of beliefs that you've been given when you're young is not even true. But a lot of people will be like, man, well, no, I got to have this, or I got to have this skill, not understanding that it was the belief you were given when you were young. You can change those. So I always talk about the ROI, and I always talk about the mindset, because I believe this. You can tell me if you agree with this or not. I believe if you got the right mindset, all the other skills will eventually come to you. If you somebody who's going, okay, this didn't work, I'm going to adjust. This didn't work, oh, I'm going to get around other people. If you got the right mindsets in place, you're going to start creating the type of lifestyle you want. And that's why I think it's important not only just to see people and be like, well, yeah, he made a lot of money, but what was the mindset that went into that? Because that's the huge stuff. So I guess I want to talk about Money Heist Academy. Let's talk about a little bit how they can get involved with Money Heist Academy and kind of what's the process if they get involved with Money Heist Academy and how I can help them get to where they want to be.
Whew. Hands down, Money Heist Academy is going to teach you not only how to make money, but how to keep making money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you get money, what to do with it. You know, Money Heist is your vehicle that's going to take you from your situation to your future. You know?
And you need a vehicle.
You need it. No matter the car, as long as you can put gas in it and drive, but it's going to show you the different type of vehicles you can get in.
And you got to be willing to hustle. I apologize for cutting you off right now, DP. You got to be willing to hustle. You got to. Gas in the real world is high. That's the food for us. I got some food for us.
Okay.
Gas in the real world is high. You understand what I'm saying? So if DP saying that this is your vehicle, don't come over here playing around with it. You know what I'm saying? That might have been the ice machine too, because they get me every time. The ice machine will drop ice and we think the door knocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So appreciate you. But no, that's the vehicle. So don't come to the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Not ready to spend that gas money. And what I mean by that, hustle. Don't be scared of the prices.
And
invest. Whatever the price is. Certain people, when they ask you for a price, you give them the price. I mean, you give them the fee. That's just what it is. It's like if you don't question Louis Vuitton, the price went up. You just gonna cop. You gonna figure out how to get the difference. That's what you do for certain people.
You know what I love about this new world is the level of accountability that you can find with people. Mm-hmm. You can go right there. It's in the description. Platinum DP. You can go to his Instagram. You can go while you can open another screen while you're talking and see that this is the shit you really do. Right.
Right.
If it's hard to fake a lifestyle when you got to be consistent to it every day.
Every
right.
day.
I'm in Mexico every week. You bad. If you figured out how to somehow do that, I mean, what's that strategy? Shit. If you figure out how to scam into Mexico over and over again for months and months and months and months and months. After a while, it's not a scam, it's reality. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing I think when I bring people on, I try to tell them these are people that we had these personal conversations about, these are ways that we make money, these are strategies, these are things we exchange. And on Mama's House to Penthouse, that's my goal, is to bring that exchange to other people to see that here's somebody right now who's sitting here, who's taking time out of his day. You make a lot of money. You might be losing some damn money on here, right? But you take time out your day because you believe that in helping people.
Nah, never losing money. I'm with friends, man.
No, I like that. But what I'm getting at.
That's the value right there.
But the point I'm getting at is
that's
this
true.
way,
That's
right?
a big thing.
For somebody to come to a show and drop knowledge to somebody, just like, here, I'm going to drop this knowledge, right? For even you to pull up, I'm like, hey, man, pull up to the podcast because I think people need to hear. And you be like, bet I'm pulling up.
And for him to pull up.
Right? All that is important for people to get those lessons because I'm telling you, I've coached people, I've worked with people, all that shit for years, and it's the same things. They come to me first. What's the tip? What's the strategy? Right. What's the 6 things I'm gonna do and stuff like that? But in the beginning of this talk, you said I sat in front of a trading screen and did $1,000 trades. You know how hard it is to sit in front of a screen and get that little money, knowing because I know you had that feeling when you made like the 200 pips. You like, ooh, fuck it, I wanna these. Like, nah, it take a lot of discipline, and that's the same thing with every business endeavor that you're gonna go into. The level of discipline it's gonna take. If you really want to change your circumstances, this is what I'm talking about. The stuff you're talking about. It's not magic. It's just, hey, these are the mindsets, and I bring person after person after person to show you. It doesn't matter if they went to school, didn't go to school, read books, didn't read books. It's the mindset that connects it all. And that's why if you go through anybody's content, that's the common thread you'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Spot on. So
I guess with that being said, man, we can talk about so much with you, Platinum. I don't want to hold you here all night, man. I got so much stuff. We talked about AirBNB realization. Is anything you want to say to the people? You got, I guess we'll give our final thoughts.
Yeah,
and
we can
go
go
ahead
ahead.
and what's the name? So let's go ahead and get this going. So go ahead, Platinum, give me your final thoughts from the Penthouse.
Listen, man, it's been a pleasure. It's always good being around friends that turn into family. We definitely killing in different industries, and we always have a blast when we come together, especially on them trips, man. Those moments is honestly priceless.
We coming to Mexico.
Right. Oh yeah. But the biggest thing I leave y'all with, and really for the audience, is you gotta pay the price. And I'm not talking about necessarily money, but you gotta pay your time. You gotta give up something. There's something you gotta sacrifice in your life, whether it's time, energy, money, your circle, your environment, your activity to get to that next level. And if that's something you guys need help with, Money Heist Academy is here to help. And that's it. Whether you see value in it or not, we're gonna still make it to the top.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we live the life they lie about. That's always gonna be the mindset. That's always gonna be the drive. But I really appreciate y'all for having me on the show, man. Really being able to drop gems for everyone. Can't wait to really share this with the audience. So what y'all doing is already enough for the community because it's bringing the education aspect. Like, this is education, but it's entertainment. And you put those two together, and you already know that's another.
It's like
element.
magic.
D?
Okay, so I appreciate that, man. I guess my final thoughts from the Penthouse, to double back on what you were saying, man, it's it's dog season, man. You gotta it's do or die right now. The last episode that we did was like, it was a hell of an aggressive title, like we said, but man, I feel like it's so true, man. It's like right now, it's your last chance to get rich. It's like people online giving you their emotions. They telling you exactly what time it is with them and how they viewing it, how they thinking about it. That's the best thing to do. Fuck what everybody doing. If you just listen to what they saying and like kind of pick out what you need to get from it, you'll get it. They said on the YouTube video, it's 2 things about success, right? They say you must pay it in advance and you must pay it in full.
Yeah.
Okay? So ain't no half stepping around this motherfucker. You gonna have to do it. You gotta get a vehicle. When I say gas high outside, it's gonna be high everywhere else. Motherfuckers who getting money right now, they not finna let you get in if you not ready to get in. Prices are high. Get it up. That means hustle double time. Figure it out. He got a vehicle. I'm finna tell you about some vehicles I got. P. Hicks got a whole bunch of vehicles. Hop on the motherfucking train. That's all I'm saying. Like, I ain't trying to, them are my final thoughts from the Penthouse. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like, just don't get left behind. You don't even gotta get it from us. You get it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
My final thoughts are, man, take these lessons from these people who are actually successful and look a little bit past the surface level.
Right.
The surface level is, here's the tips and tricks. And you're going to try to get around going to get that coaching. You're going to get around trying to get these courses and these programs. But what you're going to understand, you're going to pay it anyway. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay it in mistakes. Anything that we've done, anything that we've put in, trust me, it's time tested. I rip my hair out sometimes thinking about how much I'll sit here and be like, here's the guy. They'll be like, man, I want to learn trade. There he is.
Wait, what else
there
we
he
gotta
is, right there. That's him. That's the person I'm talking about, him. Oh, no. Can I see a couple of testimonies? What? He's got them, but what? This is him. I'm telling you, it's him.
It's him.
And so much, I think, we're so scared to just jump out there. I always talk about this every episode about the call to adventure. The second you understand that it's going to be a period in your life where you have to sacrifice that old self for the new self, everything begins to change. Your conception of yourself is what makes you successful or what makes you fail. What you believe about yourself makes you successful or makes you fail. I've known people, I've told them 2 things. I'd be like, man, you can do it. And all of a sudden they successful. They'd be like, you did it, man. You taught me. Because they believed they were something before I said anything. I was just the final push. And I know people, I done sat down, held their hand. This is exactly how you do it. You run the ad like this. You do the marketing campaign like this. You do this. You go talk to people. Here's the sales structure. I'm talking about, I dump so much content on them. Nothing. So the reason I talk and I go on this rant is because I'm saying these mindsets are the thing. We're going to get you the knowledge. Here, Money Heist Academy. We're going to talk about some stuff at the end. We're going to get you the knowledge. But if you're somebody who's watching content like this and you just kind of like, oh, this is entertaining. If you truly want to get success from this shit, take the words that these gentlemen have said. They've been successful. I've had my successes. And I just want to bring this knowledge to y'all so y'all can be successful. I drop gems on my friends every day, and it's like you could take it or leave it. But one thing, like you just said, Platinum, shit, we're going to get to the top regardless. The question is, are you going to come with us? All right. Tell them where they can find you, Platinum, so we can go ahead and get out of here.
All right, guys, you can find me on my Instagram. I only have one official Instagram that's Platinum. You know, Platinum is better than gold and silver, right?
Be careful, too, because they got them scam accounts online.
They out there.
So platinum.dp. No
it's right there on the bottom of the screen, too.
Anything I'm doing, you can tap in on my website, coachplatinum.com. And, oh, man, the stuff we're doing for Money Heist Academy, once that's up and running, you know, within the next week, moneyheistacademy.com. So pretty much there. Everything's systematic and organized. So automation is key. That's the key to being rich. So
we can do a whole other episode about that. All that's going to be in the description, too. So go ahead and detail them.
Yep.
www.countrycowboy.com with 2 Y's on the end of it. Goddamn it. Head over there. Goddamn. We got a whole bunch of shit going on for you. You need to head to the website because we got a movie on there for you. If you want to watch a cool, good, great movie, it's about the whole lifestyle of how, you know, I got to where I am. Shout out the Cineverse, shout out P. Hicks. The whole movie is for us, by us. You get what I'm saying? I'm playing, but it's an amazing movie, y'all. Y'all go check it out. Underneath it, you need to make sure that you tap in with the influencer. We got the DIY credit program. You know what that means? I told everybody last week. I didn't even know this. I know you know. I don't know if they know. It may be some new people. You could do your credit yourself. So tap in, get the book, DIY credit program, Cowboy Fitness. Hey, and Cowboy Radio is on the way. We talked about that. Listen, DP, we not gonna talk about that. No. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna fuck the trust me.
Listen, hey, look, hey, hey, yes, sir. Tap in with us, man. Cowboy.com, Country Cowboy on Instagram, and everything else. Just lock all the way in, man. Do everything you got to do. I didn't talk about the influencer.
You did talk about the influencer.
I ain't talk about it enough. Listen, canibefamous.com. Can I be? Yes, you can. You know how you can? There's 17 immutable laws of influence. Everybody use them. You don't even got to be famous. You could just be the motherfucker in your family. So that way, when you moving around and you want your family members to listen to you, you can embody influential laws so they can understand what you're saying. There's 17 laws. If you embody them seriously, you can grow your social media, you can grow your money, you can grow your influence everywhere, not just on social media. So
that's a cool little course too.
I'm telling you, man, it's that timeless. I can't wait to that course seasons, and like we all experience a lot of success in other areas, and they go back and watch it. That's what I want. When we grow up, I want to grow up like this. I want to grow up. But that's where you can find me. This where it's at. That's what's going down, goddamn. You didn't want to go on.
Prinston Hicks on everything. PrinstonHicks. PrinstonHicks.com. Everything is there for you. Everything. Look, Massive Action Business. I told you. I'm going to show you how to get your business running in 2 hours. I always put this disclaimer. I didn't say you was going to have a successful business in 2 hours, but I'm going to run you through the paces. Everything about how to structure that thing, set the vision, set it up so you can get into that automation stage so you can make money like my boy Platinum here. You're going to have to do a little work to get there, though. So
man, but when you get there.
But when you get there, it's something. Also, check out How to Start a Business in 30 Days. 50-plus videos teach you everything about business, the ins and out. We talk about automation. We talk about systems in there. We talk about everything. And I got other people on there teaching. It's not just me. I'm even going to try to twist Platinum arm after this and be like, hey, Platinum, can you record some videos for us? You know, we can put a little more sauce on there. So, yeah. Got you. So I bribed him online so he could do it.
He already said, yeah.
He gonna get out the camera. Don't you ever do that, bro. Don't you ever do that.
I want to bring up that Will Smith shit so bad, but we not.
But seriously, go get How to Start a Business in 30 Days. It's going to show you step by step how to do it by entrepreneurs that have actually done it. Everything you can think about. We talk about things like storytelling there, how to do a brand that's compelling, how to get people to actually pay attention, how to maximize on your efforts after you built a system and structure. Man, we talk about everything in there. So go check that out. Also, we're launching Massive Action Mentoring, which is basically we're going to take you step by step, get you in front of the people. So in the mentoring program, I'm going to be bringing people who are going to talk to you one-on-one and be like, hey, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And then you'll see me partnering with people like Money Heist Academy, all that type of stuff in the future to make sure we really get money, because my goal, like I told y'all before, is to help create 1 million seven-figure businesses. If you're watching this shit, I want you to be a part of it, and I'm working with people to make it happen. So if I can even just send you over to Money Heist Academy and you become one of them, my goal is to help as many people as possible really create a future where they're in control. And we are in alignment about that. And a big part of this is getting these people together, these minds together, because they are showing you the way. I feel like somebody like Platinum, you parting the sea for them, and like, come on, let's do it. Let's make some money. And for those who listen and those who take opportunities, go down below, go to Money Heist Academy, go to canibefamous.com, go to PrinstonHicks.com, go to howtostartabusinessin30days.com, and you start turning up and your life's starting to change. All of a sudden, you the person buying all the stuff. All of a sudden, you pulling up in the business. All of a sudden, you the person everybody like, hey, how did you do it? How did you do it? How did you do it? Then you'll come back and say, you know what? I'm glad you went on that rant at the end of Mama's House to Penthouse, because my whole goddamn life has changed, and that's a good thing. I think anybody could agree about that. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in from Mama's House to Penthouse. Any last words before we get out of here, Platinum?
We live the life they lie about, man.
DJ?
Skedaddle.
Let's go ahead and go. Oh, what? Wrong one. I got to get out of here. It's late, y'all.
I came up from nothing, started from the bottom. I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house to Penthouse.